Hey YouTube, back with a second YouTube video. This one is I'm going to be reacting to Donald Trump's new announcement after he was elected. It's the very first one coming out from between the flags to let us know what he's going to do. This guy has 2 years. Everyone says he has 4 years. He has two midterms. Right? He's got to get a lot of stuff done in 2 years. Even less than that if you count the campaigns. Let's jump right into it. Let's see what he's got.
I will sign a new.
That was definitely a sleeper issue on this election. That I don't think it was a sleeper issue, but I really don't think the news wanted to show everybody that that was the number one issue. I really think they had. I really think they wanted to keep that one on the back burner and have people think that that wasn't an issue. But that's the issue. Number one. Number one. I think a lot of people had that as their top, especially if you have kids. I think it went immigration number one, and then I think it went to this. Economy being number three. Americans are still rich. Americans are still rich. Times are hard down there, but I think a lot of them are worried more about their kids chopping their tits off than a stick of butter.
Executive order instructing every federal agency to cease all programs that promote the concept of sex and gender transition at any age. I will then ask Congress to permanently stop federal taxpayer dollars from being used to promote or pay for these procedures and pass a law prohibiting child sexual mutilation in all 50 states. It'll go very quickly. I will declare that any hospital or healthcare provider that participates in the chemical or physical mutilation of minor youth will no longer meet federal health and safety standards for Medicaid and Medicare and will be terminated from the program immediately. Furthermore, I will support the creation of a private right of action for victims to sue doctors who...
That's good. That's good. That's good. Get the fuck out of my school. Like, get out of my school with that stuff. I told my daughter, if she ever sees any stuff like that in her school, let me know. They go to a Catholic school. I'm not Catholic. They're going there because those people don't do that stuff. They fly a flag in June. They fly the flag in June. That's it. That's it. And even then, I would like. They've had some protests about that. As far as the doctors go, those guys have to be some of the most evil people on the planet. I wouldn't mind seeing them at a firing range.
Unforgivably perform these procedures on minor
Absolutely
children.
disgusting.
The Department of Justice will investigate Big Pharma and the big hospital networks to determine whether they have deliberately covered up horrific long-term side effects of sex transitions in order to get...
That's good. That's good. No matter what side you are on this, we need a full investigation to see if this is deliberate or not. Come on. Like, transvestites were around in the 80s, but those guys did everything. They didn't just say they're a girl and then have access to girls' sports and girls' bathrooms. Like, that's creepy, man.
At the expense of vulnerable patients, in this case, very...
I should also mention, too, I think, what's the cost? What's the cost of transitioning? 92,000 binary or non-binary gender people between the ages 16 and older living in the US. That's 92,000 out of 350 million? Like, Let's take care of black rights first. Discrimination and mistreatment. This has nothing to do with the price. Oh, that's why. $30,000. This step in the transition is very expensive, an average cost upwards of $30,000. In addition, the actual procedure, you also have to pay for travel costs, hotel accommodations if the physician doesn't live in your neighborhood. Let's not mention the doctor's appointments after that, all the materials you need, the dilation balls and stuff like that. I bet you one of those balls is probably like a couple $100. You just stick that in you every day for the rest of your life. $30,000 times 92,000. Well, I mean, I guess they're not all going through the surgery.
Vulnerable. We will also investigate whether Big Pharma or others have illegally marketed hormones and puberty blockers, which are in no way licensed or approved for this use. My Department of Education will inform states.
I'll make a video about that soon, but I'm pretty sure. I feel like it's the heightened amount of soy products and all the crap going in the food that really led to the problem we're seeing today.
School districts that if any teacher or school official suggests to a child that they could be trapped in the wrong body, they will be faced with severe consequences, including potential civil rights violations for sex discrimination and the elimination of federal funding.
I would like to see that come to Canada. I would love to see that come to Canada because teachers don't like it.
Part of our new credentialing body for teachers, we will promote positive education about the nuclear family, the roles of mothers and fathers, and celebrating rather than erasing the things that make men and women different and unique. I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only...
I like that. Men and women are equal and different. We don't need to be the same. We can be different and be equal.
genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth. The bill will also make clear that Title IX prohibits men from participating in women's sports, and we will protect the rights of parents from being forced to allow their minor child to assume a gender which is new and an identity without the parents' consent.
You see, I would totally be down with men playing in women's sports if women would just play in men's sports. Where's all the trans men in football? And jiu-jitsu. Let's see some of that stuff. Come on, all you trans men, come into the sports. It's all going that way. Not coming this way.
The identity will not be new, and it will not be without parental consent. No serious country should be telling its children that they were born with the wrong gender, a concept that was never heard of in all of human history. Nobody's ever heard of this, what's happening today. It was all when the radical left invented it just a few years ago. Under my leadership, this madness will end. Thank you very much.
God bless Donald Trump. Yeah, you fuckers have gone too far. And you know what? You've taken way too long. You've taken way too long to get this agenda this far. You should have been this far before 2020. You took too long. You were too slow. I think it has a lot to do with all of your guys' personalities and work ethic, right? Maybe if you guys were Trumpers, maybe you would have got this done a lot faster, but you failed. You're a bunch of failures, and you can go back underneath your rock. This is the Bangarang podcast. Please like and subscribe. Show some support for the new guy up here. I've been trying to do this for a long time. I want to come and hang out with the chats. All right, peace out. I'll see you next week.